I think it's really important, and I don't know, like, I wouldn't really want to do the not fair trade coffee because it's just, how do I say this? It's definitely an issue that people need to know more about, and it's important that there are coffee places, especially ones on campus, that are fair trade.
In the places that you get coffee, do you notice a price hike between the regular price coffee and fair trade coffee?
There is a little bit of a price hike that I've noticed, but I'm, to be completely honest, not a huge coffee drinker. But I still feel that fair trade coffee is a really important thing. And
so you think it's worth the extra few cents?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It is, to me?
Yeah. I think it's super important because even if you're not buying fair trade coffee, it's good to have it in the market. You need to be able to have that. I think that it's good business ethics, and I think it's good. It encourages good. I don't know. So one business will have fair trade coffee, but the other one won't. And if people are choosing fair trade coffee, then the other one has to up its standards, especially its ethical standards. So I think not only is it important for me because I buy it, I do actually, but it's also important because I think that it creates like a community in which other people are thinking about buying it and presenting it as an option, and kind of like scaring other coffee companies into considering those kind of options.
Do you think that the small price hike that some coffee shops employ is for a good enough benefit to the people for the that get the coffee beans?
Sorry?
One
more time.
For the price hikes, some coffee shops have price hikes. Do you think those price hikes are worth it for the people who actually farm the coffee beans?
I think so. Well, okay. Yes and no. I think that it's totally reasonable to have price hikes, but I would feel better about them if I knew that it was actually impacting the people who are farming the coffee itself. We don't know that. We don't know when a price hike happens that it's affecting them. If there was some kind of trail of proof, I think it would be totally reasonable, and I'd be totally willing to pay more for coffee.
Right, so you think the title of fair trade can sometimes be a misnomer and people go for it even though it may not actually benefit?
It's a marketing term, I think. But I think it's a fair marketing term. Like, I think that it's good for consumers to understand what they're getting into when they're buying fair trade, or also when they're buying organically farmed coffee. I think that people need to know a difference, and also take it into consideration what it means when they can get a little sticker on their coffee for that.
I guess it's very important. I don't know, I drink coffee every day, and just to know that the people are getting paid fair wages, and that it's not, people aren't being discriminated against, and that we don't take advantage of their cheap coffee beans.
Would you be less likely to buy coffee from the school if we didn't offer fair trade options?
I don't think. Second Cup, I think there was a thing a few years ago where it wasn't offering it, and then it kind of got published in the Cord. I think it was last year or so, but I never really heard about it then. But now it's being more aware, so like when I do buy coffee, I do make sure that it's fair trade.
I usually try to buy fair trade coffee, but if it's not available, whatever. I don't drink that much coffee anyways, so I guess it's whatever they offer.
Do you ever get the coffee on campus?
Yeah.
If they didn't offer fair trade coffee on campus, would you be less likely to buy it?
No.
Well, I drink Starbucks coffee, and it's fair trade.
Do you drink any other coffee? Or?
I drink the Williams coffee. It's very good. Fair trade, I don't really pay specific attention to it, but I do like coffee a lot.
If you knew a certain brand of coffee that you're drinking is not fair trade, would you switch to another brand, or do you not really care?
I don't really care. I usually just drink like whatever strong coffee that's offered. Like, I'm not a fan of the second cup coffee, but I drink a lot of Starbucks.
In general, if there's a price hike for fair trade coffee, do you think it's worth that extra 10 or 20 cents?
Yeah, I have noticed that fair trade coffee is a higher price though, but it makes me feel economically conscious, I guess.
I think it's pretty important because I drink coffee every day, usually once or twice, so with like that much consumption, I think we should be leaning towards buying fair trade coffee instead of like other coffee, I guess.
Is the coffee you buy, is it usually fair trade?
Not at home, but I try to get it here at school.
So if it's not available, then you're still willing to drink the regular coffee?
Yeah, definitely. I'm too addicted to it.
When you buy, if there's a price hike involved with the fair trade coffee, are you still willing to pay that if it's 10 or 15 cents more?
Yeah, probably. As long as the tea is good.